This is what happens when you put a wire in the air and feed it energy. It looks slightly ridiculous. Poles, rope, coax, winches, bits of aluminium pointing at the sky. But this is amateur radio. No internet, no mobile network, no central infrastructure. Just physics and people. What you're looking at, everything you see here, has one purpose: to launch RF energy into the air in a very specific way, at a very specific frequency, at exactly the right height. Amateur radio is a licensed, technical, experimental hobby, but at its heart, it's simply people talking to people.
Am I going anyway? Am I holding on to the signal? How's things in the UK? 7 Hotel.
Using their voices, maybe Morse code, and even funny sounds from their computer. Distance and sky magic. The strange part is that what happens next? Those radio waves leave the antenna, travel upwards, they hit layers high above the Earth, and bend back down again. We bounce signals off the sky. With a simple wire, we can talk across countries, across oceans, sometimes around the world. And the best part? It's not about huge power. It's about understanding. Construction and experimentation. That's why so much of this hobby looks like a building site. Because small changes matter. Height matters. Angle matters. Length matters. Move an antenna by a meter and the signal changes. Change the length by a few centimeters and performance shifts. You test, you measure, you improve. It's hands-on science. The magic bit, antennas. The antenna is the magic. Most people assume the radio is the clever part. It isn't. The antenna determines how efficiently your signal leaves the ground and how well you hear others coming back. Aluminium and wire, carefully shaped, carefully placed. It looks simple. It absolutely isn't. Inside the shack, the radio turns voice into radio frequency energy, and radio frequency energy back into voice.
It's Monday, day 1, 20 past 4, and radio's been okay. Spoke to Callum this morning.
So Isle of Arran, EU123, if people spot you on the class 2, that would be fun for you, wouldn't it? You're going to do 10 miles a day, and you've got here in a hotel next Monday, and you're doing the whole island. So first class. So Tom, really proud of you, mate. Over.
Modern radios use digital signal processing filtering, precise frequency control, old physics, new tools. The principles are over 100 years old. The performance keeps improving. Digital surprise. And then there's something unexpected. We can communicate using signals so weak you can't even hear them. Computers decode patterns buried in the noise. Tiny signals, thousands of miles, minimal power. It feels like a bit of magic. It isn't. It's mathematics. Resilience and independence. Amateur radio doesn't rely on public infrastructure. Power can come from batteries, solar panels, generators. When networks are overloaded or unavailable, radio still works. That is independence built right into the hobby. And the human side. None of this matters without people. Every contact is another human. A call sign, a location, a moment shared across distance. You might speak to someone in another country who is standing in a field, just like this one. Different sky, same physics. And there's a community, training groups, mentors. Knowledge is shared freely. If you want to learn something, someone will help you. It doesn't matter if you're young, retired, or somewhere in between. Yes, it sometimes looks slightly mad, standing in a field talking to someone you can't see. But when that distant voice comes back, you realise you have just bridged thousands of miles with a piece of copper wire and some understanding. It is quite extraordinary. Learning and licensing. In the United Kingdom, you begin with the foundation license. All countries have a similar system. You learn the basics, how a radio works, how to operate safely, how to use frequencies responsibly. From there you progress. Every experienced operator started with that first step. How to begin. You don't need a tower, you don't need acres of land. Many people begin with a simple wire and a modest radio. And curiosity. Curiosity is the real requirement. Scale again. Bring it home. All of this begins with something simple. A wire in the air. Energy applied. Physics doing what physics does. From a quiet field or a spare room or a garden shed, you can reach across distance using nothing but understanding. And that is amateur radio. It might look like poles and rope and aluminium, but what you're really looking at is a wire in the air, carrying human voices through the sky. This is what happens when you put a wire in the air and feed it energy. My name's Callum McCormick. My call sign is M0MCX. A very good day, and if you are into radio, go and enjoy it.